They have the votes to pass the president's $1.7 trillion Build Back Better Act. Let's get to Ylan Moy in Washington. Hi, Ylan.
Well, that's right, Carl. Democrats are finally passing their signature social spending package through the House, almost straight down party lines. You could see lawmakers, Democrats, cheering and clapping as those final votes were cast. The final vote tally is 220 to 209. Every Republican voted against it. Almost every Democrat voted for it. The only holdout was Representative Golden of Maine. He's a moderate who was unhappy about the increase in the cap on state and local tax deductions because it benefits millionaires. But overall, Democrats were able to overcome concerns by moderates about the size of this package once the CBO score came out yesterday. Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi did say that the bill is fully paid for and that it will not increase inflation, though, of course, Republicans do not agree with that assessment. The bill now heads over to the Senate, where Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said that he hopes to pass it by Christmas. However, we know that Senators Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema still have concerns. Other Democratic senators want to make changes as well. So a victory today in the House as this bill, the final tally is 220 to 209, passing through the House. But we still have an uphill climb in the Senate and no votes to spare in that chamber. Guys.
I wonder what you make of the CBO score yesterday. They do say about $367 billion in new deficits, but others argue it doesn't account for better IRS collection, better IRS enforcement. Even Larry Summers with an opinion piece saying Treasury's being too conservative in the amount of money that may be recovered if you reform the IRS.
Yeah, this is a problem that once upon a time, Carl, we would have called a known. Democrats were bracing for that discrepancy for weeks, and they've done a lot of outreach to those moderate members to try to explain why CBO was unable to include as really any of the IRS enforcement money in their score, but also had a lower estimate than the White House would have for how much that increased IRS enforcement would raise. It seems like they were able to get that message through to the moderate Democrats. We'll see if it's enough to convince people like Joe Manchin in the other chamber that this bill will not add to inflation. That's been one of his major concerns with both the size and the scope of this package.